We're going to dive into something really interesting today, the psychology of wealth. Specifically, the huge but kind of subtle differences between old money and new money. It really boils down to a story about what money says versus what it doesn't even have to.
So let's jump right in with a pretty simple test. It's a way to figure out someone's financial background, and believe me, it has nothing to do with their bank account or the labels they're wearing.
And it all hinges on this one really bold claim, that you can spot the difference in just 10 seconds. Seriously, a single observation can tell you about generations of their family's financial history. It's not about what they've bought, it's about how they just are in a room.
Okay, to really get this, we need a story. So picture this. You're at this super exclusive private fundraiser in Connecticut. The room is just buzzing with power and influence, right? And two very, very wealthy guys are about to walk through the door.
Now, these two guys, they could not be more different in terms of where their money comes from. On one hand, you've got the old money heir. We're talking about a family whose wealth is so old it existed before income tax was even a thing. And then, on the other hand, you have a young crypto billionaire, a guy who made an absolute fortune before he was even 30.
But here's where it gets really interesting. If you were just looking at them from afar, you'd never be able to tell them apart. I mean, they show up in identical black SUVs, they're wearing basically the same expensive suits, they've even got the same kind of security guys with them. On the surface, they look like clones of what we think modern wealth is.
But for all those similarities, there was one tiny little behavioral detail that just created this huge gap between them. And this is where that 10-second test really kicks in. Okay, so the new money billionaire, he walks in first. And right away, he is working the room. You know the type. His greetings are loud, confident, his handshakes are firm. He's talking markets, deals he's closing, new opportunities. He's basically making sure everyone knows he's there and why he matters.
And then the old money heir comes in. And his approach? It's the total opposite. He doesn't say a thing, not a word. He just walks in.
And this right here is the whole point. His silence was way more powerful than the other guy's noise. The second he walked in, you could literally feel the room shift. Everybody there, and I mean everybody, almost without thinking about it, adjusted their posture. They sat up a little straighter. The entire center of gravity in that room just moved towards him. And he hadn't even said hello.
And that really gets to the heart of it all, doesn't it? New money has to announce itself. It has to prove it belongs. But old money, your reputation is so rock solid that the room itself does the introduction for you.
So, okay, what do we do with this? What's the takeaway? Well, this whole dynamic, this whole story, it can really be boiled down to one single powerful question about how influence actually works.
And here's the question for you to think about. Do people know who you are because you tell them, or is it because you've built a reputation that basically walks into the room 10 feet ahead of you?
Now, the moral of the story here isn't to say one is better than the other. Not at all. It's really about understanding the power of a completely different way of building influence and reputation. And this brings us to this core idea we can call quiet money. It's the principle that true, lasting influence, the kind that really sticks, isn't built on how loud you are. It's built silently. It's built through your actions, your integrity, and the value you bring to the table day in and day out. You can think of it like this. Loud money is like a firework, right? It's a huge flash, super impressive, gets everyone's attention, and then it's gone. It just fades away. But quiet money, that's totally different. It works silently, in the background. And, just like a really smart investment, its value compounds over time. It just gets stronger and more powerful the longer it's around. And really, at the end of the day, this isn't just about money. This is the difference between a fleeting trend and a lasting truth. It's the difference between just getting attention for a minute and earning real, deep, enduring respect. So it kind of leaves you with one final question to chew on. Is the influence you're building right now designed to be heard for a moment? Or is it designed to be felt for a lifetime?